you want to start or do you want me to start?
It doesn't matter.
We are in Paris, if you can see the...
Oh, obviously. And I mean, the music really says that.
We are in Sapporo, and that is in Hokkaido, which is the northernmost island of Japan, or northernmost main island of Japan. And we are here for 6 days. It is Golden Week, so that means it is the string of holidays in early May, basically, that happens every year in Japan. And it's like Children's Day and
Emperor's
some
Day.
others' Day. Yeah. So
other days that I don't know, like Greenery Day. I
is
think
that
it's
one
like,
of them?
It's like Greenery Day.
There's a Marine Day, but I don't think it's
somebody's
now.
birthday. Oh yeah, I already said that birthday. Yeah.
So it is just a string of holidays that everybody gets off, and we're taking advantage of that to come up to Hokkaido, where we're expecting to be tons of tourists.
Let me explain this particular Golden Week. People getting fucked. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Monday and Friday are not holidays. So people who don't have paid holiday or something like that, they're getting screwed. They're getting the middle of the week off, but they've got to work Monday and Friday.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't really actually always... You took off Friday. That's how this is happening.
I took off Friday, yeah.
Yeah, but it's Tuesday today. Anyway, so we've come to Hokkaido, and the reason that we've come to Hokkaido is because years ago, I did a trip around Hokkaido hitchhiking. And if you look at the island of Hokkaido, there's a little bit of it that hangs off near the bottom, south part. And I didn't come to this area of Hokkaido when I did that trip. We have been down to this area kind of very briefly when we were traveling around Japan the very first time we came way back in 2010, right? Yeah, that's about right. But we really haven't explored it with the knowledge of knowing about Japan very much. So we have been to Sapporo, and we have been to a couple of other places that we will be probably visiting on this trip, but there's also places that we will be visiting on this trip we have not been, and we're going to jump into them in a different way than we did before.
I just had a weird thought that everybody might have thought this when you've come to a place that you've already been, but like, we were here 12 years ago, and you know how when you play Mario Kart levels and you can race your own ghost? I just started feeling like my 12-year-ago ghost is just around here, and I could be standing in the exact same spot or just close enough.
We also came to Sapporo when we did the Yuki Matsuri, the snow festival. It's actually a pretty cool video. I would recommend looking at that if you're interested in this area.
I thought about the pain my feet were in during that time, and I thought, I don't think I'm ever going to do that again. But I would recommend doing it.
So we're starting this off with, we flew up here today, and it basically took the entire day between like trains and planes and
buses,
automobiles, like literally. And we then just got off the bus and walked straight to a place to get soup curry, which is one of my favorite meals in Japan. It's like a spicy curry, and I like to get it with vegetables. I like just fill me up with vegetables, and you get some rice on the side.
I asked for pork, and I thought I was going to get like 1 cube of pork, and there was literally like 6 cubes of pork in there that were like knuckle sized. And I was just like, wow, this is
like
intense.
A baby's fist.
Yeah, baby fist.
And we are now over at Sapporo Tower, and that's what this structure is behind us. This is kind of like the famous monument, and a lot of Japanese towns have got one of these things in it. And
I went for this beer because I wanted to get a Sapporo beer, but I also had wanted it to say Sapporo real big. But I got distracted by getting this classic that it says that it's only here in Hokkaido. Like, it's only served in Hokkaido. And that's pretty cool, but it doesn't say Sapporo in big letters.
It says Sapporo in katakana.
Yeah, it says it there too, but I remember the branding being a little more vocal. I'm kind of worried about this.
About the beer?
Yeah, on top of the curry.
The soup curry stuff?
Yeah, but I see people drink beer with everything.
I am obsessed with guarana, which is a drink that is from South America, but also Hokkaido. It's a weird thing that happened, and this is a alcoholic version of it that I have had again when I was up here I had this when I did the hitchhiking trip.
Guarana is a stimulant, correct?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So you're just going up and
it's
down.
It's like really highly caffeinated. It's like a kind of like Red Bull sort of kind of like, I don't know, but this is just, I feel like this is just gonna like even me out.
It's gonna even you out?
Well, it's only 4% alcohol. This isn't really strong or anything.
I'm rocking a 5 over here.
Okay. What's it to?
Sapporo, to Hokkaido, to our trip, to the whale tail of Hokkaido.
It is a whale tail.
Yeah. tastes like beer.
Tastes like guarana with alcohol in it. I don't know how to describe guarana. It tastes like berries or something, sort of. Taste this and tell me how you describe it.
I just had beer, so I don't know if that's going to be a good palate.
Fair enough.
It just tastes like an energy drink. It tastes like a more flavorful energy drink that, like, it actually has some sort of natural thing in it instead of a whole bunch of chemicals that are trying to do that.
It's actually kind of hard to get guarana outside of Hokkaido, but it's in every convenience store here, which is kind of, it's cool. It's just cool that there's little things about Hokkaido. Hokkaido's got this little, like, mystical thing in my head. Like, ever since that trip that I did up here, I'm like kind of like obsessed with it a little bit, like the way I think about it. That's like romanticized a little bit in my head. But okay, so anyway, we're gonna hit a hotel. It's just a business hotel, nothing interesting, and then we're gonna grab a car in the morning, and then we're gonna start our adventure. So I think that's probably gonna be where the next video is gonna pick up.
Video's starting right here.
Are we just gonna film until tomorrow?
Nope. It's morning time, and I did surprisingly not too much research to find what I thought was pretty awesome. Last week, I looked up just breakfasts in Sapporo, and I thought we'd end up with like a toast breakfast like we normally do. But here at the station, they have onigiri, handmade by the lady who is freaking out behind me. The ladies here are moving like this, and they are telling everyone how long it's going to be until you get your onigiri. It's been a little hectic, but our onigiri is in front of us.
It's high stress up in here, y'all, like, for
is,
real.
Yes.
I think I might have overshot and got 3, to be honest with you.
Yes, show the brick of rice that you have with that one. It is literally just a brick of rice.
That gets your standard big boy right there. And there's a yaki tamago on the bottom and Spam on the top. So this has got like Okinawa vibes, which is interesting because we are on the opposite side of where Okinawa would be. You know what I mean?
It reaches far.
A big chunk of my rice
brick broke. Oh
no.
Man.
Okay.
Disappointing.
And I also got a gyu soburo, which is like a sweet ground meat that they put inside of a rice ball, and I got ume, which is like a pickled plum, which Westerners tend to not dig this flavor, but I dig this flavor. Do you dig this flavor?
Yeah, I'm fine with it, but I would never really commit to an entire onigiri with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I find that to be lacking. It's one-dimensional.
Well, I fought with 2 others.
Yes, you get variety that I don't get out of the situation.
And then we've got like basically a chicken soup that has got a bunch of different vegetables.
It's pork soup.
Oh, it's pork soup. You're right. It's
so
pork.
Yeah.
And it's got carrots and daikon and a bunch of like different vegetables and things like that. And it's pretty hefty. I didn't think it was going to be so big boy.
So what I read before I came was, number 1, get the flavor that I got, which is cheese katsuo. So it's like a type of fish, and then they put cheese in there.
And they mark it with this little
cheese.
block of cheese.
I want to have that cheese. Oh no.
Tastes like a square cheese, I bet.
Tastes like a square
of
cheese, and then the website said that people get the soup, and that most ladies find this filling. So I felt quite confident in my order that I wasn't or underdoing it.
I ordered regular size instead of jumbo, at least.
Yeah, there is a jumbo size, and when this came out, I was like, "Is that jumbo? Because that seems like jumbo."
To the stressful ladies.
To the stress of the ladies. The cheese on the inside has melted, and you can taste the salt that they use. They put salt on their hands while they're doing it. Is that your salt face?
No, it is a little salty, yeah, but no. So this is the gyu soburo one, so it's like the ground beef kind of thing. There's wasabi up in that son of a bitch.
Oh.
Yeah.
They'd say that on the menu.
I did, maybe it does, and I didn't notice it. I didn't look. I just was like, oh, that one, you know what I mean? But that's a surprise. There's a game that Japanese like kids will play when they go on picnics together, where they'll put a bunch of wasabi in one out of many onigiri. And it's like when you bite into it, it's like you got the bomb or whatever. And I feel like that's just this happened to me. Surprise wasabi.
Dude, they're gonna give you a reward. The whole thing has what?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Let me try this. I can't believe Sapporo and wasabi together.
The mixture is good. The mixture is not bad, man. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's actually the sweetness with that wasabi flavor works. And the ume is going to be another one of those like kind of strong flavors. It's just ume. There's no surprises.
There's no wasabi or like brains or.
It's just the brains of a plum, y'all.
So what are you looking forward to? Because I know that you brought us here because you got the romance about the Sapporo, or not the Sapporo, but about the Hokkaido, and you have certain things that you want to do.
Wow.
One of them, which is today, we're going to a lake.
Yeah, we're going to many lakes, I think. Well, here's the thing, it's raining right now, so hopefully the rain kind of lays off a little bit, it's supposed to. Because, otherwise it's going to be a soggy day.
I have not looked.
But, yeah, we're just going to, we're going to go to pick up a car, and then we're going to go cruise southward down the Whale Tail. And there is specifically one lake that I want to go to. So when I was hitchhiking here, I lost my wallet on the way to go to this lake. All right, somehow I've lost my wallet. After being on a bus that doesn't take like a IC card. I have no idea where it could be. It could be, I guess, at this Family Mart place. Fuck, this is not good. I went to eat last night. I think I used it when I bought that bento. And God, I don't know where I left it. I have no idea. This is pretty serious. Like, I don't have any way to get any money other than that wallet. So, I guess I don't know what to do. I don't even know how to get back now. The bus driver just laughed at it. Told him, I was like, I lost my wallet, man. And he laughed at me. He was like, get off, no problem. So I don't know if I think there's no chance of making it that lake today. Like, no way. Sucks. I really want to go there. Yeah, so I'm kind of in panic mode. So, I was on my way to go to this lake and I never made it there because I didn't have any money. And if you've seen the Hitchhiking series, you'll know how it's all panned out and everything. And if you haven't seen the Hitchhiking series, you should watch it. It's cool because it's really long and it's my face for like 40 hours or something.
Did they kick you out mid-ride?
No, the next stop. Like, I just went up the bus.
No, I meant like, were you at your destination or were you at your home?
In the middle.
And you just had to get off?
Yeah.
Had you not declared, would you have gotten to the end?
Oh yeah, but then how would I get back?
The bus?
Yeah, I mean, but I didn't have any money.
Oh.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I was gonna go and not have any money all day and not have any food or anything. Like, it was a problem. But anyway.
I gotta watch this.
Yeah, you should watch this thing. So
like
anyways,
drama.
I want to go to this lake, so that's the first thing we're gonna do. We're gonna go to this lake. I don't know what's there, but it's where I was trying to get before.
Might be a lake there.
It might be my wallet. Who the hell knows?
It is a big old beautiful Buddha morning. Honestly, it's not that beautiful. It's kind of drizzly and it's a little bit rainy, which was expected but not appreciated. We were just driving down the road. This was not something that we were planning on coming to, and I just looked to the right side of the road and there was a gigantic Buddha, and I was like, okay, so we've got to turn now and park and get out. This feels real Asia.
That's your standard big boy right there.
Yes, that is definitely a big boy. And we weirdly got ushered through a building where they took off our shoes, and now I've got on sandals outside, and it was a bit of an experience coming in the building, but to see this, totally worth it. And it was free. Hey,
we made it to a lake. It only took me like 5 years. So that day I lost my wallet before I came here, and I was thinking about this
Before you didn't come here.
Yeah, before I didn't come here. Good point. I was on a bus and I noticed, no wallet, and I got off the bus, and then I realized like people are going to be like, well, why didn't you just hitchhike to the lake? That's what you were doing. But the reason that I noticed the wallet was gone. I was like, I have to go find the wallet. Like that was my priority for the day. So my day that was dedicated to coming to the lake got swallowed up by going around not finding my wallet. So I didn't go to my lake, and I didn't find my wallet. And that answers the question for anybody that might be like, did you find your wallet? Because this is like the most asked question I get from people who watch that series. It's like, so did you get your wallet? And the answer is no. I never got my wallet back. Katie mailed me some money in the cash in an envelope, and that's how I got, in a credit card, I think. That's what we did. And then we ended up being able to, I'm gonna move so that we can change the exposure. And then, yeah, now people can probably see the lake a bit too. Stupid sun is so bright. So I only really wanted to come to this lake because I didn't get to come to this lake before. So I don't have anything else to do at this lake really. But it's a nice lake.
There isn't much to do at the lake. It's a small eatery over there. I've visited the vending machine. There are some teacup boats, but they're not going out. And I want to know if those teacups spin, because I am trying to barf in this lake, man.
So we are here in May, and there's actually still snow on the mountaintops. Not a lot, but like it exists. There is some snow. So that might give you an idea of kind of what the temperature is here. It's not freezing, but when the wind blows, I wouldn't want to be in one of those teacups. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, I've got on 2 layers of jacket, and I think that is good. I can't feel that wind, and I know you can.
Yeah, yes I can. Okay, so the next thing that I had on my list, this lake just happened to be on the way for where we were going to be heading. So the next thing on the list is, I think, a cave thing that I'm hoping isn't going to be too soggy from all the rain.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be an interesting song.
Yeah, so let's go hope.
We've had a lot of rental cars, and you'll find things that you don't know what they do or how they work or whatever in some of them. At this point, we rarely find that, I feel. But we're in a special kind of car today. It's kind of like a station wagon, and it's used for people who are going and doing work at houses or going out to businesses, but that they don't need a van. Like there's a desk in here. I don't know if that gives you a clue as to like what we're dealing with here. But the contraption that I'm having trouble with is this. And you automatically look, and there's fingers width space here for you to put something. So you think, oh, you put your phone there. But don't you want to see your phone? So if I put my phone, you can see that I've got an email from Domino's, but you can't see anything else. And it does hold it quite nice, but if your navigation was on there, you can't see it. So we haven't really figured out what this is.
I think it's just a phone holder, and they don't want you looking at your phone.
There is also an opening here for it to have
for
a
that cable.
Yeah.
And then the cable can go down like into the nether zone here, where you can plug in. It's actually pretty nice. They actually have a USB port on this car. This car doesn't feel that new.
And I guess it's just so then your phone's not like moving around. I wonder how many crashes they've had because the phone was moving around and I was trying to make it so that it wasn't doing that. And this is just like, it's just a charging port.
I actually think this car is kind of nice, like as far as functionality goes. Like there's like there's a thing here. Like, you know what I mean?
We can
like,
get more into this.
I don't know. Is there anything else in here that we haven't found? This is like a lock-a-box.
I can lock it? Can I unlock it?
Yeah, just tap it. Here, no.
Just tap it. Oh, yeah, and then you lock it.
Yeah, and then you're able to lock this thing.
I'm gonna put candies in there. Those are the most valuable things. And there's a desk, and there's definitely a lot of places to put things. This is made for somebody to be doing a job and not feeling like there's nowhere to put the things that they need for the job.
Have you come up with a name for this car?
Yeah. We're giving Hokkaido the business. That's the name of the car.
The business with the?
I don't know.
It's the business.
The business. If somebody asks for the license plate, I'm gonna put the Oh no, his name is the All right, boy. Let's give it the I chose not to.
Did you choose natto?
I think so.
Oh yeah, that's natto.
Yeah.
Did it not say natto on the outside?
I just got it because it had this packet in it. Like normally when you get soba, there's a package of this,
Yeah.
and that makes sense. And then I thought this was like goma or something like that. Like
Yeah.
this looked like miso or something strange, and it's definitely something strange, which I don't regret my choices, but I was not fully informed, for sure.
It's like when I had the surprise onigiri this morning. So, different regions of Japan have got different convenience stores that carry kind of like, I mean, they all kind of carry the same thing, but they carry like a different take on things, right? And Seiko Mart, I believe, is from Hokkaido. And it is the one that you see quite a bit of up here. I mean, there's still the Family Marts and Lawson's and things like that, but this is like the regional one. And the thing that makes Seiko Mart special is that they've got the hot chef. And the hot chef...
Is that what makes it special, or is that what makes it special to you?
That's what makes it special.
To everyone?
Yes.
Everyone's like, oh, I gotta get that hot chef.
Have you seen the hot chef? Look at this sexy chef, man. The sexy chef is in there whipping up some good eats. And it's just a little place where you can get some bentos, and they are hot from the chef. And I've got a bento here, and I didn't even look to see what meat it is. Maybe it's natto. I don't know where the top even went. I'm in trouble, y'all. I think it might be pork. Yes, it's a pork donburi with an egg on top.
There's no instructions.
And you just pour it in the thing and you just get down.
We pour.
So I don't know what type of flavors we're gonna get at, but I remember when I was hitchhiking up here, this was like, I was hitting up the hot chef and I was like, yeah, this hot chef is for me.
Did the hot chef exist 5 years
Yeah.
ago?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's something.
Yeah, dude. The seasoning, there's a lot of seasoning on this. And it's kind of like like a you know how Japanese sauces all kind of like their meat sauces all sort of are kind of the same take on the same thing. It's got that thing going on with like shoyu and mirin and a little bit of sugar and like a little bit of like sake or whatever, like cooking sake in it. It's all got the same jibe. So that's what's going on. But they've also got some pepper that I can add to it, some like this little thing. So I'm gonna throw some pepper on there as well. There we go.
I gotta explain that pepper is the numbing mouth pepper.
Is it? It just said kosho.
Oh, it's just kosho?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's a little bit of a disappointment for me.
Yeah, it would be nice. I agree. I'm not going to deny that. It would be nice. And then there was like a half-cooked egg. Mix it all together, and you've got yourself a hot chef meal. Katie's still over there. Hers isn't even hot. I don't know what she's doing. She's going into the Seiko Mart, getting the natto. Nothing from the hot chef.
Nothing from the hot chef. I think I probably fucked up because now I've got fucking soy sauce on my crotch. I at one point saw wasabi go everywhere. So
You have wasabi?
yeah, mine came with wasabi and soba.
Soba, yeah. Let's just see what's going on here. Just like
I
as
would
a crew,
advise keeping a distance from this cooking experiment.
stay away from the splash zone.
The splash zone. All right. I wanted to like get this moisture onto the natto, and I had opened this bag before opening the natto, and I was like, okay, that's just gonna make it harder to do in the end.
Let me look in here. Let me just what this glob, that's
Wasabi is this one is wasabi. That's the natto. Down is the pool of shoyu business, and then there's onions and soba. And we'll see if I can actually make this.
I think that the key mistake you made
Not trusting the hot chef?
was not trusting the hot chef.
It's not that I didn't trust. I just didn't think about it.
You're gonna try to mix natto? Oh my god, this is hold that up. I don't know.
When I can smell the wasabi, you might want to move your face away from the mixing action.
So natto is fermented beans for anybody that might not be familiar. And it smells like nail polish remover.
Yeah, it smells like coffee and nail polish, like a nail polish shop that's next to a Starbucks. That's what it smells like. And it creates spider webs. So I wouldn't... Natto is not for everyone.
I also... the pepper is good on there. I hit like a pocket. I also got a green smoothie. These things are good. So it's like a bunch of vegetables blended up, kiwi, bananas, etc. Just blended up into a juice. And it's a pretty tasty thing. How's it going over there?
It's going all right. I don't really understand why the natto is like part of this because it's all down at the bottom. Like, am I gonna drink it later? How's that gonna work out?
I'm glad I got something from the hot chef. I'd like to just kind of give a holler out to the car here. Shit, what was its name? I don't remember. Zabiz. What is it? Zabizu? Zabizu. Okay, Zabizu hooked us up because like sometimes it's really hard to find a place to put the camera because like there's not enough room between the windshield and this. But we've got this guy here and we could just put the camera there. It's just perfect. Really, really good. So I think you were right when you said that, man, your food smells bad, man. Oh my God. After lunch, the goal was to go to this cave thing. It looks really cool. It's like a waterfall and like a cave and like all this business. And it's kind of up in the mountains and stuff. And we kind of had expected that we were going to be able to just drive up there on normal roads. There was no Google Street View, so I couldn't check in advance, but just kind of assumed like, okay, there's gonna be normal roads there. We were wrong. Not normal roads. We're like off the path. And it is like a maintained road in the sense that there's signs and there's like sort of civilization, but like we passed only one other vehicle and it is a dirt path that is kind of not super normal, at least in like Honshu and stuff. Maybe it's a little more normal in Hokkaido. But we have gotten to a point where I don't think we can progress anymore. And it's actually even like another hour further up this road. So I don't know if it might just be too far for it to be worth going to. But we got to this gate and this gate is like, you know, like this. And it's got like this thing here, kind of like around it like that when we pull up, and that's it. So like you could easily just like unhoop this and just keep driving if you want to. But there's this little sign over here that explains that they need you to register your vehicle or whatever before you go through there. And when you do that, they're going to give you that code. So we haven't registered, and there's a phone number here and stuff, but I guess I don't know, maybe we could call. I don't know, but we could, I'm more like, it's just kind of far at this point, but even if we wanted to continue, what I'm worried about doing is like, if we go past this gate and then come back and somebody has locked this thing for realsies, then we can't get the car back out. Like, that's my main concern. And like, what if somebody doesn't pick up that phone number? But also it's just kind of like, maybe it's just too far. Katie looks like she has something to say.
I can get us to a waterfall.
Which waterfall? What's it called?
The one that was close to where we were. You just go the other direction and you're good.
Okay, so we're
just gonna go in the other direction. That's an option.
Well, there's three directions. There's one.
We came from there, and I can tell you in that direction, not much going on. I saw a van, and that's about it. Well, we didn't want to go through that one gate, but we ended up at another gate where we were already on the inside. I feel like some sort of weird inception where we realized we were inside of a dream and now we're on the other side of the dream.
We never went through a gate like illegally or anything. We just drove up a road and then eventually we got to a gate that we were on the inside of, but luckily it was locked as poorly as the previous gate was. And we were able to just open it.
And we were able to get out. All right. Becky is about to get upset because I'm not going in the direction that Becky wants me to go.
We found a little parking area, and this actually feels a little more like official and stuff. There's like a building. And we've got a sign that says this is the entrance to the walking path. So we're gonna walk along this path, and we think it's gonna take us to a waterfall. Ah, over here says a waterfall. Oh wait, it says something about it being under construction maybe, or wait, what? Hold on a second here. What do we got here? Well, it's gonna be a thing where we don't know where we're going. So we'll see what's up.
Found some signage that was like this, but it's telling us danger, keep out. They've erected this platform, which I thought meant don't drive over here because you will die.
Let's go look and see what that is. See if we were gonna be able to. You're gonna lose some oxen on this adventure.
I was gonna vroom vroom right into this. Yeah. I guess we wouldn't be able to get over that either.
Yeah.
And I am all suited up.
I think that it said that there's like a observation deck someplace.
Okay.
So I think maybe if we go up this road a little further, we might see one. That's my best bet.
Back to the business.
I came down here to make some B-roll, this little river that we couldn't ford because no oxen. And I saw in the distance, you can see a little waterfall. So there is one, like, kind of like there-ish. I'll punch in on the mega zoom and we'll see if we can see it in the video once it's being edited. I can see it with my eyes and it looks like, looks like water falling. We've driven like not very far, like 1 minute. And there's this little observation point here.
All the way up there.
Oh, whoa, there's like actually a pretty good waterfall way up there. I just saw this little dinky one that's down here. Let's observe. Hey, girl.
So this is a bit of a horror show. There's this dead carcass over here. It doesn't smell. It's been there for a really long time, and I don't think there's anything left of it to smell. But then you got the gigantic bear bell over here. So if this didn't frighten you enough, he's still out there. What does the bear bell sound like?
Yeah, and now he's coming. You rang his dinger bell, girl. I keep telling you this, and you keep ringing bells. Like, we're gonna get in trouble now.
I rang one bell. That one.
I'm gonna lose an oxen.
Pepper. That was way more step size than I thought you'd need to take. It's long leg.
Just being careful of my oxen is all. You know, every once in a while there is a headline on the news or something, and it's like, 2 idiot YouTubers bumbled into the forest and got eaten by a bear. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's just feeling like that might be a headline that's gonna be in the paper tomorrow. The following day's headline is gonna be like, footage found on their camera had them joking about getting eaten by a bear right before they were eaten by the bear. We've come across another bear bell. This doesn't do us a whole lot of good if they're like a 10-minute hike between each other. Like, I mean, I guess if there's a bear like right here, it's really, really handy. Getting kind of sketched out. I'm thinking it might have been worth it.
You see it or you see it, but it kind of looks like the Easter Island guys carved into the side here, just staring at the waterfall, and they're so enamored that they're slowly dying as they get closer up to the front as they erode out of like just seeing something beautiful. That is what I am thinking right now. You got the interesting thing.
I do have, what, you just got little biscuits or something?
Yeah, there's chocolate chip cookies that like they want to give you a lot, so they make them this thin.
I found out that like recently you aren't into gummy. Like, are you just not into it? Do you not like it anymore?
Yeah, I guess I'm just not excited by it. Like, I'd rather be eating chocolate or other things.
I'd rather have gummy. Gummy is the best.
It's good. It's good that your stomach afflictions have kept you with the thing you love.
It smells exactly like the the soda.
drink,
So yeah, this is just like guarana gumi drink.
Are they
gumi,
alcoholic?
Gumi. Are they alcoholic? It'd be nice, wouldn't it? To
Not being eaten by a bear.
Yeah, we did not. Okay, so
Better than expected.
I would say the same here. It tastes a little medicine-y. You want one?
Nah, I can already smell it over here.
But it's still sweet. It's a pretty hard texture gummy. And
Gummy.
it's got this outer like sugary like white stuffs, whatever type of thing on it.
It looks like a tongue. Does it taste like a tongue?
Does it? I don't know. I'm always tasting tongue, so I don't know how.
I meant like texture-wise.
I guess. It's hard to tell.
Did you just feel your tongue with your finger? Because that was going to help you?
That's the best way to taste the tongue. I don't know.
All my taste is in my fingers. We found ourselves at a very stinky place, as all hot spring areas are. We've actually come to the largest one in Japan. Did it say in Japan? It is expansive, it is big. It almost feels like you're staring out like at sand dunes. Instead, they're really stinky waters and sands and that are yellow and weird looking and lacking in eggs. I want an egg really bad right now, and there are no eggs to be found. But it's incredible. They've done a really good job of putting little walkways for you to go in areas that you feel you shouldn't be near at all. For some reason, normally at these places I feel like I breathe shallowly, but now I've just decided, screw it. It's gonna be fine.
So this is basically like a geothermal valley where the earth is hot close enough to the surface that it's boiling water and spitting it up. And these things are all over Japan, and again, like often that's where an onsen or a hot spring town will be located, and there is one very close to here. And a lot of these have got a name that uses different various forms of the word jigoku, which means hell in Japanese. And this one is one of those. So there's a lot of mascots and stuff and like lore about Oni, which means devil in Japanese. In previous locations that we had been to, they always, like, maybe it was just one and it was just such a stark story, it stuck in my head, but there's like a story about them like back in the day, like using it to execute people. They'd throw them into the boiling water or whatever. And that would be just a really bad way to go. The water in this one says that it's 80 degrees Celsius, which is fairly warm, probably not a really good place to hang out too long. And it looks like hell. It just kind of like looks like hell with all the steam coming up, and like you're attacked in your nostrils in a way that is unique. You know, you don't get that kind of attack when you go to normal tourist attractions, and that's definitely a thing that's here. It's very sulfur heavy. One thing here that I did find kind of unique, aside from just the size of it, this one feels very vast, and it could be because it's in a valley and spread out, but it really does feel like you're encompassed inside of it, especially when you're walking down this path. But there's also like a stream running through the center of this one, and I don't recall seeing that at previous ones, but it could be my memory is a little bit hazy. But this has just got like these really striking colors of water that are just meandering through it. So you're getting the smell, you're getting these crazy colors and everything that you're seeing, and you're also getting the sound of this little stream like trickling. And then the coolest sound is the sound of the earth. And I don't know if the mic is going to pick this up, but it's like a whooshing sound of the heated steam coming up out of the ground. It's like whoosh sound that's happening. Maybe you guys can only hear wind right now because it's a little windy, but it's like in the background, just like humming away.
He's got so many questions. What?
just when you thought you were done stinking it up, you notice on the map that there's a volcanic crater. And that's the third time I've tried to say those two words together. It's harder than it sounds. The view that we got from up above is pretty cool, but when you get down next to the actual crater, it is remarkable. It's a very cool feeling. And the name of it is Numa, which means the giant hot water pond. And it's a pretty good way of explaining this. When we came down here, we've missed this a little bit at this point, but when we came down here, the sun was just peeking through these trees up here, and it was illuminating all of the steam coming up off of it. It's just really magical looking. At this point, we still got a pretty cool view, and you can see all the water bubbling and things like that, and you can hear it. I like these moments when you can see how alive the planet is. And this is this type of thing. Is there anything more alive than thermal activity? You know what I mean? That's the earth itself, the rocks are living. That's what we're looking at here. I got a good old honk of that sulfur in my lungs. You were asking me.
I farted.
Oh. Yeah, I know your brand. That's not your brand.
So the night got away from us a bit. We ended up riding in the car for about an hour. The sun went down, and while we were riding, the deer of the area decided to make themselves known. Coming out right in front of you. Everybody always said they're really stupid.
They are
and
stupid.
I just found out how stupid they were.
It seemed like there were more deer than bugs outside.
Yes.
When you drive through an area and your windshield gets covered in bugs. I was concerned about this with the deer. We probably saw 100. It was a lot.
I was thinking 50.
Regardless, it was
Yeah.
more deer than you want to see driving
Yes.
over a dark mountain pass that you're unfamiliar with, going definitely the speed limit or below to make sure that you didn't end up with a deer in the back seat, because there were a lot of them, and these aren't little tiny fresh Bambi deer.
No.
These were big moose deer. It was
Yeah,
nerve-wracking to say the
bigger
least.
than what I would allow in the car.
But as we came over the mountain, we ended up popping out over where we could see kind of the sun giving its little last blip of the day, and it was this mountain view off in the distance, and they call this thing Sea of Clouds in Japanese, where the clouds are all below the mountain and the mountain's poking up out of it, and you're seeing it from above the cloud level. You gotta have all these different things lined up to make this thing work out, but
And whenever you actually make effort for it, you will not find it.
Yeah, it'll burn off early, or it'll be just too cloudy, or you gotta have all these perfect exactly perfect
And you gotta not be
situations.
looking for it, and then you'll find it.
So we found it, and it was pretty magical. And it's another one of these conical shaped mountains that Japan is kind of famous for, things that look like Mount Fuji, just poking up out of the distance. And there's I don't know, I can think of 4 or 5 at least of this type of mountain that's just popping up. But it was pretty rad to see it in that situation where the sky is turning purple and everything. Usually I think of that Sea of Clouds thing as a morning thing. So I was kind of surprised to see that we were getting treated to that in the evening. After that, we rolled into the town that we stayed in, and we're actually still in, and it's called Toya, and it's on a lake, and so therefore it's referred to as Toya-ko, because in this case, lake means ko. Ko means lake. Did I do that right? Yeah.
Yeah, and we got wept up in this lady's madness about her hotel, and it was not good. And then we stayed at the hotel, or I'm gonna use the dreaded word guest house. We stayed at the guest house, and the room was fine.
Ish.
I'd say ish. They're
The
really
bed
kind
was
of
a bowl.
the bed was actually a flat thing that had been angled up. You could adjust
Oh,
how
is that
your
what was
head
going
was.
on?
Yes.
It was bad.
And at first I was I don't know about this, but I was happy about it at the end, because it made the shitty rock pillow that I got better. I don't know. But there was kind of no bathroom situation at all, and the shower was just...
It was just like a little box. It was terrible.
Yes, and the video's here. Don't...
So I think it's safe to say that the guest house that we're in tonight is not so great. But it comes with something I've never seen before. Every guest house should have a shower. At least most of them. We've been in at least one that didn't. We were a bit worried that this one didn't have one. But what they've put into their place is strange. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good video of it. It has been constructed into the building. It doesn't really exist in the building. Like, it's not attached. It is like a showering unit that, they just stuck in here. It's not molded into the building like all the bathrooms that you'd see at your house or at another place. It definitely leaks all over the floor. I've got some nice wet clothes from this, and it smells intense. It is not good at all.
Yeah, that shower was like not good. I actually fit in it, believe it or not.
Oh my God.
Like,
when you went upstairs to do it, I was like, wow, that's really going to suck for him, because I didn't really want to touch anything in there. The smell.
Yeah.
The smell of that room was gross.
Yeah, it was just...
The whole floor was gross.
Do you know what it cost us for that night?
Well, from the math that you've given me so far, that cost 3,000 more yen than where we're going tonight.
Yeah. It was Ichiman. It was $100. It's terribly expensive, but it's kind of like a little resort town
that we paid in the little resort town that we stayed in that had no shower. So Ichiman is not the magic number. That's the number where you about to have a bad time.
So the reason that we came to this location, we've actually been here before. We came here like 12 years ago when we were traveling, and we're going to be exploring it a little bit more. And I think the way this is going to end up cutting, it'll be into the next video. So I think that
we're going to stop it here, and you're going to have to watch the next one to find out where we are, which has already been said that it's Toyako.
Dude, just do the end card thing now, where if you want to see that video, you've got to be subscribed with the bell rang.
I feel like we're like holding a knife to someone's throat. You get that bell.
Yeah, but this little town is actually kind of cool, and I'm looking forward to showing it off in the next video. We haven't explored it yet. I'm looking forward to exploring it. Yeah, if you want to see the video, then, subscribe, ring the bell, comments, like button, all the things.
All that YouTube stuff. Head over to Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Discord for chatter and interesting things that we find along the way.
And if you want to help us keep making these videos, Patreon is the place to do it. There's perks. You can check things out over there. And now that we've done the end card...
Shush, hold on. Oh. Thanks, Patreon.
Yes, thank you. Now that we've done the end card, I don't have to come up to you when I'm finished editing and be like, hey, end card, it's already done. That's going to be very nice. When I see this in a couple of weeks when I edit this, I'm like, wow, that was really smart of us. And I'm going to leave you with some fireworks, because one of the things that's cool about this town is during the summer, there's fireworks every single night over this lake. And they fired them off last night.
I'd have to say that they're mid-finale, because I thought it was the finale. No, not the green, the gold. There was a mid-finale, and fireworks kept going off afterwards, but it was just gorgeous.
I don't know if I have the mid-finale, but I'll show something. I don't know if there's any science to this, but Katie and I have noticed that whenever we stay in a business hotel, they stick us all the way at the end. It's like this time we're staying in 601, and we aren't sure if this is a coincidence and like a confirmation bias type thing, or if they're sticking us in the end hotel because they think foreigners are noisy and they just want to put people like away from them or whatever. I don't know. I feel like that's jumping to conclusions, but it's weird. It's like 90% of the time we stay in one of these hotels, we're at the very end. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, y'all, but I got my suspicions. We're going to try to keep track of it from here on out.
You got structural damage.
You're ripping on my shit?
Yeah.
Be ready for me to turn. You're gonna turn with me, okay?
I really thought about honking the horn, but there's that girl right there, and there's like the 50 other people that are at this tourist attraction that probably don't want to be frightened.
Stop it, Becky.
Oh my god.
There's no hidaris, there's no migis, we just got a masugu.
She's pointing forward.
You could have jumped off that rock, man. You look cool like me.
Oh, I didn't see you jump off the rock.
Oh, snap.
Toyokoshi? Toyoko? No?
No, no, over here.
Oh, okay. That's, we're good at this.
Just when you thought you were done with stinking the place up, you realize on the map that there is a volcanic I'll start over. Volcanic crater. Okay. Just when you thought you were done stinking it up, you realize on the map that there is a volcanic. Is that the right word? It sounds so weird. Volcanic. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Look at it. It's so curious about us.